Dear Diary, May 9th, 2017. I knew that I've been doing this, but just recently I caught myself and I was like, well, why do I do it? Occasionally when I say something, I'll think about it and I think, oh, some people might think that would be offensive, so I always make a retraction. Like in the last video, I think I said something like, not the last video, a video or two before, I said something like how you now gave me a creepy cam girl vibe, but then a second later I immediately said no, nothing against cam girls. And the reason why I do it is yeah, I don't want to offend anybody, because I don't want people jumping in my comments saying, oh, you're slut shaming or something like that or whatever. But I mean, I think that I'm a genuinely nice person, and I feel like that I'm a very understanding person, and I never intentionally want to offend someone or a group of people. But then it got me thinking, for the years now, I have this overwhelming sense that we are raising a nation of whiny little brats. People that think that they are so entitled for everything, even though they have done no work to deserve anything. Everybody gets a ribbon, everybody gets an award, everybody gets a trophy, because you don't want to make the slow kid feel bad. Although it's also downplaying the fact that the kid who won the race actually may have practiced and worked out and tried really hard, and the slow kid who didn't win the race didn't do any of that, but he still gets a ribbon, so what the hey. I know people refer to them as special little snowflakes, and that you are not a special little snowflake. You are not. There is no special little snowflakes. Yes, whatever situation you're in or problems you may have or life experiences might be vastly different to the people around you. I can guarantee there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people all around the world who have had similar or same experiences as you. It's, I mean, nothing's new under the sun. It all gets repeated. I just get frustrated because sometimes you have to lose. If you lose at something, it's, people are afraid that the person's gonna get depressed and kill themselves or something. No, if you lose at something, but it's something that you love, the mentality should be you work harder, you practice longer, and then you get better so you can win. That should be the lesson. Not oh, you tried your best, here's a trophy. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense. These self-entitled little snowflakes are walking around and on just all the time on defense, and if you say some microaggression or mispronounce someone, they're ready to just jump down your throat. And it's I'm sorry if I refer to you as she or her, and that is not the pronoun that you identify with, but I just met you and I didn't know that. If you wanted me to know that you wanted to identify as they, maybe you should wear a sign around your neck that says, call me as they. But here's the thing, if I saw you walking around with a sign that says, call me as they on it, I would think that you were kind of stupid and didn't do very good in grammar school, because they is a plural pronoun, and we're not all psych and we can't see the person that exists only in your head. But, I mean, I guess what would make it easier for everybody is if you have pronouns that you don't feel comfortable being called, then just have everybody call you by your name, and instead of replacing it with a pronoun, just say your name. And I guess at least that would probably be a little more grammatically correct and not completely butcher the English language like we've already done. Remember when they tried to make Ebonics a thing? Everybody's protesting and marching, and that's great because that's, that's the American way, freedom of speech and stuff. But here's the thing is people are protesting or marching for equality, marching against prejudice, fighting against bigotry. But if those special little snowflakes come across a person who believes differently than they do, or maybe has a different opinion, or maybe aren't educated, and let's say call you the wrong pronoun, they're so ready to just like physically, verbally attack you and just beat on you and yell at you and basically do all the things that they're mad at you that they think that you're doing to them, but all you did was just ask a simple question. It's like the tables have turned. It's like the SJWs and the feminists and other communities that, were oppressed back in the day have now become the oppressor. They are oppressing these people, and the only way to change ignorance or hatred is you have to do it with love. And so often I'm seeing so many people just automatically turn to anger. And if you meet someone who is, let's just say that, okay, for example, let's just say they have a thing against gay people, okay? Well, I mean, maybe I'm mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but from stuff I see online, people attacking people, and in the media, people attacking people, the LGBT people come over and just, and so what does it make the person who's against gay people do? They get more angry, they get more people, they rise up, and then everybody's just, and nothing's getting accomplished. Nobody is learning, nobody is being educated and changing their opinions or having a conversation and growing. Everybody's just fighting. And yes, it can be hard to approach someone who is offending you with love, but really that's the only way that you can really get to someone is with love. I'll have to use my father as an example. He was a 6'2", 400-pound black man, and I mean black as night, black man. You don't think he got some prejudice? I mean, he grew up in the South. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he saw some prejudice, just pretty sure. And not to mention that my great-grandfather was born a slave, so yes. But his presence, just how big he was and stuff, was very intimidating. But as soon as he opened his mouth, it was nothing but kindness and love. And he made so many people that were racist just become his friend. Like my mom's father refused to come to my parents' wedding because he disagreed with her marrying a black man. What did my father do? He constantly called him and went over because my grandfather he loved to play cards and he loved to play dominoes. So my dad went over to his house all the time and played dominoes. And what happened? They became best friends. Yes, okay, love and being kind might take a little more time, might take a little more effort than screaming and getting angry, but it accomplishes a lot more, trust me. And now I'm on the subject of racism, all right. I am half black, half white. I'm mixed, right? And I know black people. I know there's been hundreds and hundreds of years of oppression and racism, and there's still a good fight to fight. But I feel like the most influential person in, civil rights movement and against oppression was Martin Luther King Jr. And his whole message was love, and just to love and educate, and peaceful protests, peaceful sit-ins. I don't know why I'm doing this. Peaceful sit-ins. Okay, it was peaceful. But now, like, what was that thing that happened when they had like the white Skittles and all these, because it was white Skittles for Pride Day. Skittles turned white so that there would only be one rainbow. And then a bunch of black people were like, Skittles racist, boycott Skittles. Where's the black Skittles? Really? Really? You're gonna get mad over some Skittles? Really? I just hate, like, there's just these bandwagons and everybody just jumps on them and nobody's reading the facts. Nobody's researching or thinking for themselves. They see a hashtag and somebody's mad about it, and so that's the cool thing, so let's all do it. Skittles are racist. It's exhausting. It is extremely, extremely exhausting, at least for me. Hey, look, okay, this is another rant video, I guess. All I can say is it's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to have feelings about everything. But if you have an opinion, just be prepared that somebody else might have a different opinion, and research things. Don't just go off what you see on Twitter or, you know, Snapchat. Like, research it for yourself so that you can have facts to back up your opinion, and then just be open to having a conversation. It doesn't have to always be a fight or a march or a protest. Be open to having conversations with people. Bounce ideas back and forth. Maybe try to see why that person has a different opinion. I know you think you're right. I know you think that you know everything and you are correct, but just, you know, for a second, just try to, like, open your mind and maybe see from the other person's perspective of why they might have that opinion. Hey, to know your enemy is to love your enemy. Knowledge. So I just, like, conversate. Why is everybody so angry? It makes me angry. Just calm down. If you're always on the offensive when you approach people, even if that person wasn't, that's gonna automatically make them come on the offensive, and then nothing gets accomplished. Peace. And BTW, I don't like Skittles. I don't care if they're rainbowed or white. I just don't like them.